Hello there everyone. Today I'm gonna be playing, well, I'm not actually playing right now, but basically I just got early access to Elder Scrolls Online, and I was playing it through for you guys. I was actually doing a live commentary, and it turns out that after my game crashed multiple times, some reason my audio didn't come through. The first audio clip was about 2 minutes before my first crash. Some reason ESO crashed my NVIDIA display drivers, and ever since that I lost all audio. It was going on for about 20 minutes I think, and I did not actually I better turn this shit down. I didn't get to keep my live audio, so basically I'm just going to be talking over the footage. I'm not going to use all of it because I'm going to try and keep it quite concise this time. Essentially, I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the game. I'm a little PO'd because the game did crash twice on me. And I have to say, I wasn't going to judge the game before beta ended, but I have to say it's not as good as people were hoping. Well, at least in my opinion. I was hoping for a game that I wasn't expecting Skyrim Online. I know some people are probably going to think, oh, it's an MMO, you should expect it to be an MMO. But I was expecting the game to be just better. I was expecting it to go above what normal MMOs had set in place. Because a lot of people say, well, it's an MMO, you've got to keep within these certain boundaries, and not really. And this game actually shows that point quite well, in my opinion. I think that it's a good game to show that there can be changes made in the MMO industry so that people don't have to sacrifice. Like, for example, before this game, not every single MMO, but when you looked at an MMO, you were just like, wow, this is absolutely shit looking, the graphics are terrible. And, I mean, people can live with that. I'm one person who really doesn't care too much about graphics, but it just, to me, it shows that you can really push the system, and this game, it looks amazing. It definitely looks a lot more vibrant than Skyrim did without an EMB, and that's just hands down. In some places it actually looks better, just detail-wise, than Skyrim did. But on that hand, it is a good game in terms of like making changes for like the combat and things like that. But it doesn't feel like a 100% complete experience. For example, I would say that if people started following this, they could perhaps make games that were MMO-y in terms of playing with your friends, but not necessarily restricted to a certain... Because, I mean, it's not restrictive. I mean, they took away the starter islands because they wanted it to be more of an Elder Scrolls title, although I believe that by that time it was just too late to actually fix the game. I mean, in terms of combat and just everything like that, it just feels like a... It just feels like a... not very... It doesn't feel... I can't really find words for it, is the thing. I can't say it's a definitive bad game, because it's not. It's not a bad game at all. In fact, I would say that in terms of MMO standards, it's actually quite good. But the thing is, I'm not an MMO player, and I don't think I ever will be. The gameplay just doesn't suit my style. And yet, my first MMO was, well, real MMO was probably Star Wars The Old Republic. And I have to say, I actually think I enjoyed that game more. I don't know what it is about it, maybe it's just because this feels too much like an MMO, that it just feels like the same game over and over again. Because to me, MMOs feel quite similar. And it definitely does feel like an MMO. So, take this as a review, first impressions, whatever you take it as. But still, I just want you guys to know that I would not recommend this to someone, unless they were a hardcore MMO fan. And even still, some people who are MMO players may not like it. And I don't know. There are a lot of good points, and some points that I even hope go into the next single-player Elder Scrolls game. Like the crafting system, I really hope that goes in. It's absolutely amazing. Like, the way that if you're a certain race, you craft your race's armor, you have an opportunity to craft other races' armor if you find the books for it. You can craft Imperial gear if you got the Imperial Edition, yada yada yada. And that's a good system, because in normal Elder Scrolls titles you got iron, steel, whatever the next one up is it Elven? I don't know exactly, but it's definitely a good way to go, because instead of just adding random armors, you've got these different racial styles of crafting armor, and it's good. It feels good, like the way that you can kind of be distinctive and have that racial pride that the game wanted you to have. Like, picking a race is quite a big deal in this game. Well, not as much as it used to be, because now you can be any race in any alliance, but still, I do think that was a good way to go, and the graphic system is a good way to go. And not only do I just hope that this game does not get seen for its negativity, in terms that it genuinely, I do not think it is a fun game for me. It may get better later on. I think during the beta I got to level 12. I think it was level 12. But it's just like that starting up. Oh yeah, that's right, I named my character Shit at one point. I'm not sure if I'm going to speed this thing up, but on my screen it just came up as Shit. Don't worry, I didn't actually name the character Shit. Where was I? Why do I always keep going off track like this? Shit. I just hope it doesn't get seen, if it does go downhill. I don't want people to see it as a bad game and just like people should stay within the lines of MMO. Because I think that this game, if it stuck to the MMO thing, it may have actually sold better for the start. But I think that it's really opened the door to improve the MMOs out there. For example, people were talking about like the real-time combat, like clicking combat. I mean, if before this game, you wouldn't think of that in an MMO, but this game did it. I wouldn't say it did it very well, because I personally do not enjoy the combat in this game. But I still think it's good in terms of it stretched the boundaries of what MMOs can do. You don't have to think, oh well, it's this number 1, number 2, number 3, number 1, number 6, you don't have to do that. Instead, you've got the click-based combat, and I think it's a good way to go. And I just hope... as I said, I'm not much of an MMO player, but if they could just perhaps perhaps make it so instead of an MMO for the next Elder Scrolls game, I would love it if they could just add some cooperative. I know that's a big stretch. I know a lot of people want that, but when people say they wanted Skyrim Online and stuff like that, but I don't think they were requesting for something like this. I think that this was perhaps a bad idea in the Elder Scrolls sense. Not the MMO sense, but just thinking about Elder Scrolls fans. I think that a better choice would have been just to add 2-player cooperative into the next game. And I think that they could have... I think both the MMO genre and the Elder Scrolls genre are both going to be affected by this game. Hopefully in a positive way. I really hope that this game does go well, but I hope that people aren't buying it for the wrong reasons. I want people to understand this game is not what a lot of people had it hyped up to be. This game is an MMO with pretty much a reskin for the Elder Scrolls universe, and a very good reskin at that. However, it's not an Elder Scrolls game. think that putting on the Elder Scrolls title before the online part, that's to sell copies. It's not meaning that it's set in the Elder Scrolls universe, but believe me, it's not an Elder Scrolls game. And I want people to understand that. And I know a lot of people think it is Skyrim Online, and I did not come in here thinking it is Skyrim Online. I just thought when I started playing that it was going to be a different kind of MMO, and I found that it was just simply a reskin. So that's what I end with today, and I hope you saw enough of the game. I may put more of this on my channel, it's just I'm not sure if I want to play it. I did get a few games in the Steam sale. I got Arma 3, I've been hoping to install a Breaking Point DayZ mod for that. I got Sleeping Dogs and Just Cause 2, and I got a Red Orchestra pack for pretty cheap price actually, so I will be bringing you those at some point. But with that said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoy the game if this is something you're into. And I also apologize for my lack of uploads lately. I did plan on bringing a very frequent upload schedule back on spring break. I was actually hoping that my Skyrim Machinima could have had an episode out by this week. But I haven't even finished writing the script yet. I've put a lot of work into making it funny, trying to develop characters, trying to get the mods right, trying to just get everything like that figured out. And I think it will be a while before it's released, and I doubt it will. Maybe one episode may be released by summertime, and that is if I'm not busy. And I'm assuming it is going to get quite busy, and it's a lot of the stress that I haven't been uploading really, because I haven't felt in a comfortable position to actually make YouTube videos. I've actually been a little bit, I don't want to say shy, but just not as kind of confident lately. I don't know what it is. I don't want to sound like a whingy little bitch right now, but yeah. With that said, guys, I'm not going to ramble on anymore. Like the video if you did, and dislike it if you didn't, and put down in the comments why you don't like it. I'll be sure to improve on it by next time. So, peace out, Girl Scouts, and I'll see you next time. Toodle pip.